just pulled through that gate that we had mentioned. I'm looking to the south, and off about 100 yards in the distance, there's a deer right there. If you look just over that top rail of the gate, you can see him. Let's head that way and see how close. Oh, there's another one. 2 deer right out there in that field. So I went left and went through that gate. If I were pulling a trailer, I probably just would have gone through that double gate, because there is an easement to go straight through and get to the property that way, kind of right by that guy's house. But without a trailer, just as easy for me to go in that left gate. Now I see 3 deer, 4 deer, 5 deer. Oh my, 6 or 7 deer. One on the left and 2 or 3. Oh my gosh. They were all taking they're all sleeping there on the right. I kind of don't want to spook them, but we've got to get through here to look at the property. You can see a barn off to the left there. Pretty good barn with power. To the right is the neighbor's house, so that's the last property. Everything from where we are to where those deer are, all the way south, is on the property, other than that little 3-acre chunk that was apparently sold off 20 years ago. Oh, now they're gonna go. In the little guy, bringing up the rear. That's great. Now that was cool. Now since this property is one big, there they all go, little white tails flashing. That's fantastic. Since this property is one big peninsula, the deer aren't leaving. They headed to the south. I mean, it's completely surrounded by water. I'm just gonna drive a little bit and leave the video camera running. This is one of the meadow areas, obviously. There's a view of the lake. Hard to see from here. If I were up there, it'd be a little better. But I mean, there are dozens of spots where you could build out here or camp and have a great lake view. We haven't explored even a fraction of the roads on this property yet. I've got that sun just right in my eyes. I'm afraid it's going to make this video unwatchable. Now here we have yet another barn or storage shed or whatnot. Looks pretty usable. Here the road splits. We can go straight or left. I think I'll go to the left. Looking back at that field. I really don't have a very good idea of how these roads are situated just yet out here. There's a road going off to the left right there. And it's a really cool property. I mean, you've got such diverse terrain, large flat areas, you've got some steeper areas, some huge hardwoods, some huge pine trees, large areas with cedar. I mean, just extremely diverse. I'm going pretty quickly here, so it's kind of bumpy. But actually, most of the roads and trails we found are really solid. Trail goes down there. I'm gonna go this way. This looks a little more traveled. I mean, I could drive around for an hour and you'd still only see a fraction of the property. Here's a cool open pasture or meadow area surrounded with mature timber. There are multiple trails that lead right down toward the water on this property, and we just simply haven't explored them all. Trail there that goes off to the left. Now we're in another open area. Beautiful meadows. Sure, there are deer all over the place, but they can probably hear me coming a mile away. Walnut trees. Gorgeous out here. Okay, let's see. This will go this way. I'm pretty much lost. I thought we were headed for one of the big open meadows, but I'm really not sure at this point. We could end up right down in the lake. I'm really not sure. Like I said, many of these trails do lead basically right to the water. Okay, now I think we are coming up into another pasture area. I want to hop out really quickly here.
Oh, there goes looked like a bobcat or a lynx. That was awesome. It was the size of a huge house cat, like the world's biggest house cat, and it ran like a rabbit. So I guess that would be a bobcat. That was cool. Look at this monster pine tree. Holy cow. I mean, this is indicative of the surprises we keep finding out here. Let's see how big that is. 20. That is a 30-inch diameter pine tree. Oh, it's huge. And we've got huge oaks all over the place. Wild bobcats, apparently. I mean, this, like I said, this is a peninsula. So once the wildlife is out here and established, they aren't going anywhere. Surrounded by water. We also keep finding more and more big fancy like deer stands or hunting stands, hunting blinds on the property. To me they look like big fun tree houses, but I think there's one up in this field.
staring into the sun. There we go. Okay. So off to the left, I know there's a good trail that goes down to the water. Off to the right is one of those really cool hunting blinds. And this is just a really cool field. I mean, this is gorgeous. Talk about great for hunting, or if you wanted to do a cabin, a super private cabin back here, and you're just surrounded with the beautiful natural meadow and then that mature timber. Once in a lifetime property. I mean, it really is. We have never ever seen anything like this, and we may never again. So here's one of these really cool hunting blinds, or excuse me, elevated little cabin deals. It's built out, it's like thick steel pipe. It's got steel ladders, a little landing going up. I mean, that's pretty sweet. Mature timber behind, and then we're looking out onto the meadow. All types of trees. Some of those trees in the middle are walnuts, and then we've got obviously a bunch of oak, cedar, pine. The sun is finally coming up. So much to see on this property. So much to see. We just didn't know where to begin, so I just started rolling. And hopefully we'll have some other videos. We'll have some drone videos. You can give us a call in the office, or email us, and we'd love to discuss this property with you. This is unique.